Okay, so hey guys, welcome to my trying to do a reading vlog. We'll see if this works out. So I'm reading Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. And let me preface this by saying that I have not read the first three books. Okay, because after reading Akatar, I'm sorry, I did not appreciate how Tamlin was butchered as a character, like literal character assassination. Like, how did he change so drastically? Like, okay, I get that he was kind of like protective, even from like Akatar, but in Akamath, like, anyways, so this is not this is not an Akamath rant because I've already done that on TikTok. So I'm usually not one who likes spoilers, but I decided that, like, literally Sarah J. Maas is the reason I started getting spoilers for books because I'm like, I'm not going to invest my time only for you to destroy the character arc of like the main guy that we all kind of like liked and introduce another interesting character. Like Rhysand was great. Like, don't get me wrong. Rhysand was great. But I just didn't ship him in favor. I could care less. Like, he was great. Like, why couldn't we just be friends and just have some nice banter? Like, why? Like, why? Anywho, so because of that, I know Sarah J. Maas has this like thing where in like most of her series, I mean, she's only written three or maybe more, three, because Crescent City, yeah, Throne of Glass, and then like the Akatar series. But I know that she has this thing where she likes to give her main girl multiple loves throughout the series. So I'm just like, I just need to start at that point where the main girl falls in love with the guy that she's going to stay with till the end of the series, which is why I'm starting with Queen of Shadows, because apparently her and Sam were a thing. Sam dies. Her and Kale were a thing. Kale is all messed up or something. And I did listen to like reviews, so I kind of got a hint of the story, but this was months ago. So I just jumped straight into book 4, Queen of Shadows. And I've only read 7 chapters. And can I just say, I hated Feyre as a character in Akatar. Aelin is not doing much better in my books so far. She's not. Okay, so I took some notes down. So if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So right now, okay, honestly, I'm like catching up to the story. Like, I'm picking the bits of the story here and then. Maybe someone will come tell me it's because you didn't read the first 3 books. You wouldn't understand the way she's reacted. Fair. And even if I watch summaries, maybe summaries do not do it justice. But anyway, she's back in Rifthold and she's looking for, I guess, her former master, Arabin or something like that. I'm really trying to fill in the plot holes in my mind here. But anyway, she encounters Kale somewhere, right? And like she strikes a deal with Arabin, I guess, at the end of the chapter 7, where she says that she would help him get a Valg, is that how you pronounce it? A Valg, like prince, in order for him to help her free Adon. Is that how you pronounce his name? Don't know. So I'm here thinking, okay, cool. But like in her interaction with like Kale, because like Arabin, her former master who trained her to be an assassin, okay, gave her some hints as to where Kale was hiding. He's in like the sewer somewhere. So she follows him, sneaks up on someone and meets Nezrin or Nezri, right? So anyways, like, one, this girl is so arrogant. I cannot stand her. Feyre annoyed me because she just never listened. She was just doing the most. She overestimated her abilities. But with Aelin, I know that she's capable, but like she's just so arrogant. Like even when she like traps Nazarene, like, in the tunnels and in the sewer, she's like, she puts a knife to her Nazarene's throat. She's like if you say make your next sentence count. I'm like, girl, bye. Like, who is you? Like if I was Nazarene, I'd be like, because Nazarene can hold her own too, right? Like, she's just so arrogant. Like, who do you think you are? Yes, you're a baddie. We get that. You're a baddie. Like, yeah, you tapped into your fae powers in book 3. You used like some fire and defeated somebody somewhere. Currently, you haven't got your magic, so I'm gonna need you to take several seats. You're relying on your human abilities right now. Anyways, she's just always unnecessarily threatening people. Like, chill. Like, can you chill? Like, I get that she has to be kind of like wary of people. Like, I totally get that. But I think that the way she does it is just always, it's just off-putting. Like, I just don't vibe with it. And this is only 7 chapters in. Let's see how long of Aelin I can withstand. And then, okay, in my other notes, like everyone must answer her questions first. Like she always makes other people answer her questions, and then she's asking and they're like, oh, why don't you tell me what you're here for? And then she's like, no, you answer my question. Like, but why? Like, I don't know you from God knows where, especially with Nazarene. Why don't you answer the question? You want information from me, so you should answer my questions. Like, who is you? But yeah, okay, she's just a self-righteous prick. That's how I just like classified her. That's how I describe her. She's a self-righteous prick right now, at least. And also, like, I get that like Kale did something. Like Kale was like the person that I guess in her mind kind of betrayed her, because Kale also made the wrong choices. But in his mind, he was like being loyal to the king, blah, blah, blah. Like his choices led to some people's deaths. Her choices also led to some people dying. But she, again, self-righteous prick. She's out here like, oh, yeah. Like he's trying to do the right thing now. But it's just that she just can't seem to let it go. Like, fine, don't let it go. But like, can you just agree to disagree? Can you agree to like, just put it out there? Like, she's just annoying me. And wait. What did I also put? Like, Kale is paying for the choices that he makes. You can see how like haunted he is by his like previous past choices, and she just can't let it go. Baby girl, I'm sure you didn't make the best choices either. Like, yes, you're a warrior and everything. Like, yes, you know, we stand you and everything. But she's just so arrogant to me. I'm just like, oh, I can't. And Kale right now has like the secret to like releasing magic in Rifthold, because, you know, but he doesn't want to tell Aelin because, bro, there's no checks and balances on her power, which he's right. I actually agree with him. Like he saw her burn down like a flipping like town. Like, who is checking the like her powers? And also like those Vogue princes or something that are sucking on like magic and like half-blooded people, if you call them that. Like, obviously, if magic was released, like there could be potential for destruction. Yes, there could be potential to also defeat them, but there's also potential for destruction, which makes sense, which is what Kale is telling Aelin. But she's just so like, anyways, she knows like, so she's gonna go free Aiden. She knows it's kind of like a trap. She came by herself. Like, yeah, she's doing her. She agreed to Arabin's like deal, which obviously we all know that is not gonna go down well. But right now, I'm actually honestly Team Kale over Aelin. I know people are going to hate me for saying this, but yeah. Because Aelin is trifling. Like, and yeah. Anyway, so that's me. After 7 chapters, I will come back and possibly check in another time. I just need a break from Aelin for today. So guys, I just got introduced to Manon Blackbeak of the Iron Teeth clan, and I can already tell I am going to like her. Anyways, that's all I came to say. You know how I said I was tired of Aelin? Thank goodness the POV switched the next chapter, so continued reading. Hey guys, so I'm on chapter 31 of Queen of Shadows, and I'm not liking Aelin any more than I did like in the previous chapters. Like, oh my gosh, all she does is she wants to kill people, even if people mean well. So she meets Lysandra, who's trying to, like, you know, she's on the mission to rescue Adon, her cousin. And, oh, gosh, like, she just does not like people. I don't even know how to phrase this, but she doesn't even bother to listen to people's stories to get their perspective. Like, okay, I know her and Lysandra have some beef from, the past, but the point is, you have beef because Arabin played you against each other, which is what she realized like later on, which is great. But Lysandra was trying to help you. I understand how like she has to be, cautious, but it was just too much. Like when they eventually go rescue Adon, right? She basically lied to Kale and Nisreen, saying that, oh, I'm not gonna kill Dorian because Dorian is possessed by the Valk demon, and she's like, oh yeah, um, we can't let them, free reign on this world because they're like terrorizing Rifthold. But anyways, so she's out here on a mission, her rescue mission. She's doing her thing. She rescues Adon, and she has time to try and kill Dorian because Dorian shows up, right? But it's not really Dorian. It's more like so the demon. And although she doesn't want to kill him, she's like I understand that, but then she's almost about to kill him, and then Nazreen stops her with an arrow. I'm like, yes, girl, yes, Nazreen. But then she has the nerve to get angry at Nazreen because she was like, next time you decide you don't want to trust me, try not to prove it at a time when mine and my cousin's lives are on the line. Well, if yours and your cousin's lives were on the line, why weren't you hurrying up to run away? Why were you leaving Adon bleeding on the ground whilst you turned around to try and kill Dorian? And then she was talking about how, yeah, you don't trust me. Excuse me, you also kept secrets from them. You kept secrets from them. So shut up, Aelin. Shut up. So annoying. She's so annoying. Oh, gosh. She's trash. I just don't like her. And okay, so Rowan ends up coming on scene, and apparently he has a blood oath with Aelin, and I think it's supposed to be Adon's birthright to have the blood oath with Aelin, and Aelin knew this and kept a secret. But I'm tired of this alpha. I feel like this should be a trope. The alpha, no, it should not be a trope, but it is a trope. It's the alpha male dominance BS trope that I think Sarah J. Maas likes to write in her fairy stories and stuff like that, which I get because maybe back in traditional lore, that's like a trait for the fairy males. But oh my gosh, I just cannot deal with that alpha male. Like Rowan comes on the scene and there's a whole pissing contest between Rowan and Adon. Like sometimes, like, it's nice to see the tension, but in this case, it was just annoying. It was just really, really annoying. Like, gosh. And like, I feel like even Rowan, because Rowan, Aelin, Adon, I feel like all these people and Kale, including Kale, seem to be an ends justify the means type of people. And the funny thing is that the ends justify the means can be good if, let's say, it's benefiting the mass population. But these are ends justify the means people for just one person. Like literally, Rowan is telling Aelin a story of how Lorcan, who's also a powerful like Fae warrior or something, when him and Lorcan fought, they like destroyed a whole town. And he's saying that if Lorcan is trying to kill Aelin, he doesn't care. He's going to fight him. When you fight Lorcan, literally a whole city burns with residents in there. So you're telling me you don't care about all these other innocent lives because of Aelin? I don't care how in love you are with Aelin. Like, that's just dumb. I think that this is like, I feel like teenage me would have probably been like, oh my gosh, yes. But it's just toxic. This is not even any kind of, like, I feel like, well, you know what? To be fair, this was Sarah J. Maas's first series. So, of course, she was much younger and everything. But I just think it romanticizes toxicity. I know this is dramatic, but I could not stand the alpha male dominance BS, like, thing going on here. And I hope it doesn't continue because otherwise I'm just going to be skimming. Because it's not giving what's supposed to give. Yeah, let me see if I put anything else in my notes. Like, I don't know. Like, the ends justify, like they all the ends justify the means. Like Kale is the ends justify the means. Like you do, like you see people die just to protect this one person or just to follow orders. Fine. There's no checks and balances. Like I agree with Kale. Again, going back to my point of I agree with Kale because there's no checks and balances on people like Rowan and Aelin who are prepared to flipping kill unintentionally a whole city because they're trying to save one person. One person. At least Kale, he's trying to save a whole kingdom. Okay? At least Kale, he's trying to protect Dorian's life because he can be the better ruler than his father was for the entire kingdom. But you want to destroy for one. And you have the nerve to be mad when somebody else chooses their own path that's different from yours. And they call you a monster because you are, just like they are, because you both are. So, like, own it. And she's out here like, oh my gosh, am I a monster? And then Rowan is lying to her and saying, no, you're not. Yes, you are. You're a monster, Aelin. So is Rowan. So is everybody else. Okay? Because you guys do whatever it is you need to do just to save the one person. So it doesn't make, so you're a monster. It doesn't make you any different from the king and what he's doing with his agenda. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe this is her way of trying to build, like Sarah J. Maas's way of trying to build nuance to like a character. So no character is truly a hero type situation. That's fine. But I feel like the heroine, Aelin, she's just not likable. She's very, very unlikable. So is Rowan. I dislike him. I don't care about him. Great. He's like Aelin's protector or whatever. But again, okay. Sorry, I just remembered something. What is up with Sarah J. Maas and flipping putting 500-year-old people with 19-year-olds? Aelin is 19. Yes, she's had the experience of someone who's probably lived like many lifetimes over because she's been through a lot. But again, she's 19. Rowan, you're like 500 years old. Like, no, that's like a child to you. Can you not, like, I don't understand why, like, is it so problematic for Sarah J. Maas in her books to make someone fall in love with someone their age? Like, the age? Like, why do you have to go several hundred years younger? You're telling me there's no other fae, no other half fae that's just as old as you or some other person that's just as old as Rowan that he could love and now love, like, that we can read. All right, hey guys, back. Finally finished Queen of Shadows. It's so weird because I'm using my iPad to record, so I don't know if I'm looking at the right. Okay, let me look at the camera. This is weird. This is super weird. But anyways, finally finished reading Queen of Shadows, and yeah, you know what? Aelin became somewhat, okay, not likable, but just okay, as a character. And okay, I just took like some notes. I think definitely, again, still loving Manon and Abraxas. Like, you know how Abraxas took to Elide so quickly and he was just such a softie towards her. Love that. I think that I'm actually tired of Mary Sue characters because Aelin is a Mary Sue character. Like, what can she not do? Like, what can't she do? I mean, is what I mean. Because how is Lorcan a fairy who's lived for like 1,000 years? Because it was almost 1,000 years. I think he's like 900 years old, if I'm not mistaken. She lays a trap for him. How is she able to get the upper hand after only 10 years of training? And she is 20 or 19 at this age. And he is like 900 years old. And is a warrior, by the way. And a commander, by the way. How? Like, in what world will she have the upper hand? Like, I just feel like, yes, I know fantasy is not supposed to be like realistic, but it's just getting too much now. Like, it's just getting too much. It's just ridiculous. And what else? Like, Rowan can boss Aelin around, but Aelin won't tolerate anybody else bossing her around. She rather wants to boss people around. She lies to everybody. Then she gets upset when people lie to her. I don't know. Like, even when she kind of finds out like Lysandra was like a shapeshifter, she was just a bit in her feelings. Not too much though, because she had no right to be in her feelings with all the lies that she has been telling. Okay. I did like how she tricked Arabin with like the ring. I was like, oh my gosh, no, she's gonna be controlled by him. But it was a play. I love that. Love that. Um, I also did like Aelin saving Manon. I think that was such a like pivotal moment for me in liking her character. I think at that point I started to acknowledge that she was our main girl for this book, you know? Because I liked what she said, that like when she realized that Asterin screamed for Manon the same way she had screamed for Rowan when he was hurt, she realized that Manon, like somebody cares about Manon, so she goes to save Manon. So I was like, winning, yes. Um, I was like, you know, I was like, Aelin, you get it now. You get it. You get it now. Yeah. Also, I found it quite random that the king of Ardalan was kind of good this whole time. I was like, how convenient. This whole time, like there was no indication that he was trying to fight or like that he was in there. Like I feel like there should have been some kind of hint. Maybe it was hinted in the previous books, but in this book, I just feel like it was not hinted at all. Um, I don't know. I don't understand why Aelin. I'm not a fan of Aelin and Rowan. I don't know why they just can't be friends. And yeah, I don't know. I guess males and females just can't have platonic relationships in YA fantasy books. I guess that's the thing. They have to be in a romantic relationship. Because I thought that would have been kind of cool. And also, he's like 1,000 years old. Like, predator much, creepy much, perv much. Yeah. I do like their telepathic banter though. I actually really love Rowan and Aelin's telepathic banter. I love their vibe. Which is why I wish that they could have just been kind of like good friends. But I love their vibe. Um I will say that overall, I think the middle of the book dragged a bit, but overall, I really like Sarah J. Maas's world building. I think it's like really good. It's like it's she does a good job. She does a good job. Um, I just felt like the book was just longer than it needed to be. It could have been cut by like I would say 150 pages. You know. Um, Dorian's chapters were just dragging because every chapter was the same, like until the end. It was the same. Okay, we get it. That you're looking through the demons. Like we get it. Like, why put in insert all these random words when you're not like? I feel like if she was like detailing like the progression of something, like it would make sense why we get his chapters. But his chapters literally informed nothing, provided no new information about his as regards to his situation, do not give any context to what could be going on. Like it was irrelevant is the point I'm trying to make. So I didn't like that part of it, but I did like the fact that he came to himself, and I like the fact that like we're gonna see, I guess, his struggle. So I'm actually kind of excited for the next book. Just for Dorian, I'm just gonna. I don't could care less about Aelin, Dorian, Manon, Abraxas, maybe a lead, but I don't really, I don't know, I don't really vibe with a lead. But can we give props to Kaltane? Kaltane, she came through. I think overall, this book, it was interesting. The middle was boring. It got long. I had to skim read some parts. Aelin was unlikable for like 90% of the book. Um, who would be my favorite? Like definitely Manon, like I've mentioned. I also kind of like Kale, like I also mentioned. Um, poor Kale. Like him being like you know, I guess the term, he broke his spine, so now he's gonna be in a wheelchair. That's gonna be an adjustment for him, I know. And Lysandra. Lysandra was a baddie. I was here for Aelin and Lysandra's friendship. Like I thought that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. I liked how she was the one that killed Arabin. I just wish he had suffered a bit more in his death, to be honest, now that I think about it. But hey, a win is a win. A win is a win. We're gonna take that. But yeah, those are my thoughts overall. I think I would give this book. I'll give this book. It's not fair, but I'll give this book a 3.5 out of 5 because the world building was good. The plot was interesting. I felt like the plot was really interesting, but I was just like, Aelin was just so unlikable, and we didn't get enough of Manon's character arc. I liked Asterin too. Asterin was someone I also really liked, and I just felt like the whole plot twist of the king of Ardalan being kind of good and like low key trying to help um Aelin's blood family line or whatever overcome Erewhon or whatever his name is. I just thought that came out of nowhere. Like there was no indication whatsoever. Like at least give us some little tidbit. Like nothing. And actually, the Duke Parrington is actually the evil person. Yeah. And I just felt like I wish we had also gotten more of Caltaine. Like, yeah, we didn't even get to really hear her story. Nothing. I guess she served her purpose at the end. So hey, it is what it is. But yeah, those are all my overall thoughts. Toodles. I'll see if I'll read Empire of Storms, but I'm not prepared to jump into like 1,000-page novel. Oh gosh. But anyways, we'll see. Toodles. Until next time.